everybody and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video we are doing a book unhaul because I have so many books on my TBR that whenever they get added to a TBR I just don't want to read them. If they get picked for a video I don't want to read them, and also there's just ones that I know I'm not going to get to for a very long time, so I figured I would unhaul some books, and if there's any that I unhaul now that I want to read in the future I can either rebuy them or read them on my Kindle. So let's go through the books on my shelf and give it a good unhaul. And I know exactly which are the first ones that I am going to be doing. Okay, so the first ones that I am unhauling is the Boys of Avix series by Megan Brandy. Now, with this series, I genuinely really enjoyed the first one, Say You Swear. I gave this one a 5-star. I had a fun time reading it and I enjoyed the characters. Book 2, I enjoyed it, but I didn't enjoy it as much as book 1, and I think I gave this one like a 4-star or something. Then these two, Trust Me Always, I gave a 1.5, and then I DNF'd Keep Me Never. Genuinely, this series just went downhill the more I read it, and I just wasn't enjoying it anymore. So these ones are definitely going, just because I know I'm never going to reread Say You Swear, and if I want to, it's on Kindle Unlimited. And I also think I own the audiobook for it. Actually, I think I own the audiobooks for the whole series, which depresses me slightly because I have the audiobook for a book that I DNF'd. Okay, the next ones I'm going to get rid of is another series that I have read, but I'm never going to read it again, and that is the Rebel Boy Ranch series by Lila Sage. There is nothing wrong with this series, it's just I did not enjoy it that much. I don't think any of the books in this series got a 5-star from me. Actually, I know they didn't. I think the one that got closest to a 5-star was Lost and Lassoed, but even that one, I just don't think about this series anymore. Like, I read it and it was an okay time, but I genuinely just didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would, and I'm more of a Chestnut Springs girl. Like, my favourite cowboy romance series is Chestnut Springs, so this one is going. Okay, the next ones I'm going to get rid of is 1,000 Boy Kisses and 1,000 Broken Pieces. I read 1,000 Boy Kisses a while ago, and I did enjoy this book when I read it, but it's not one that I would call an all-time favourite, and I'm never going to reread it. And every time 1,000 Broken Pieces gets added to my TBR, I just genuinely have no interest in actually picking it up and reading it, and I just keep avoiding reading it, so this one is going because I just don't want to read it, if I'm being honest. Okay, up next we have A Wish for Us by Tilly Cole. I don't have any interest in reading this one, and if I do, I also have it on my Kindle. So if I want to read it, I'll just read it on my Kindle. Then the next two are ones that I have read. We have Out of the Woods and Love Light Farms. I read Out of the Woods not long ago and I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep the first one to this, which is Out on a Limb, because I really enjoyed Out on a Limb. But Out of the Woods, I only gave a 3-star and I just really wasn't that interested in it. And then Love Light Farms, I read this, God, I think I read this in like December time, and I gave it like a 2-star or something, and I just didn't enjoy it at all. The writing was okay, I just had no connection to the characters and it just wasn't for me. Okay, the next ones that are going to go is the Hunger Games series. I had the delusion that I wanted to read these, don't know why, and I ordered all of them in hardback, and I don't want to read them. I'm sorry, I don't want to read them. I like the Hunger Games movies, don't get me wrong, but I just don't want to pick up these books. I tried reading The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and I think I got like 2, maybe 3 chapters in, and I just did not want to carry on. So yeah, these ones are going, because, God, I almost dropping them on myself. I just don't want to read them, I'm being honest. If I ever want to read them someday in the future, maybe I'll buy them again, but as of right now, they're just not ones I'm interested in. Okay, up next we have the Deadly Divine Duet by Alla Fields. These have been on my TBR for about a year now, and ever since I bought them, I've had no desire to read either of these books. Like, I think I picked these up on a whim because I saw them on Alan Catherine's YouTube channel once, and then she seemed to enjoy them, so I was like, oh, I'll pick them up and give them a go, see if I want to read them. I've had no desire to pick up either of these since I've bought them. Okay, yeah, next is One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. I thought I wanted to read this, but I've added it to so many TBRs and I've added it to videos that I was going to film and then never filmed, purely for the fact that I don't have any interest anymore. I did have interest when I first like added this to my wish list, but now that I have it here, I just know it's not going to get read anytime soon. Okay, this one's a maybe. I'll keep it for a bit longer and see if I do want to read this, but at the moment, I'm like unsure. Okay, I think I'm gonna go get rid of Bully by Penelope Douglas. I got this when I was still reading the Devil's Night series, and even though I found the Devil's Night series okay, I genuinely have no interest really in reading any more Penelope Douglas books, so I'm gonna get rid of this one. I bought it for £1 on a whim from the works because it was on sale. Okay, I'll keep this one. I was thinking maybe not, but it does sound kind of interesting, so I'm gonna keep The Game Changer. I've never read a Lana Ferguson book, but I've heard like mixed reviews about them, but I want to give full my own opinion of that. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches because I read this, it was fun, it was enjoyable, but I'm not gonna pick it up again. I'm not getting rid of this, I'm just moving it so I can get books off that shelf. The other ones I'm gonna get rid of is my Cassandra Clares. I have had these on my shelves for a very, very, very long time. I read the Mortal Instruments series in high school, and don't get me wrong, I really loved the Mortal Instruments series. And I've been saying for years that I was going to move on to the rest of the books that Cassandra Clare has written, but every time I say I'm going to do it, I never actually do it. So I think these are going to go. If I ever want to go back to them, I always have the opportunity to rebuy them. But as of right now, these are not ones that I'm going to read. And I only really want books on my shelf that I have the intention of reading. Like, I don't want to just have books on there. I want to have, like, ones that I know I'm going to have, like, that I'm intentionally going to pick up. And these ones, I just don't have any intention of picking up anytime soon. Okay, I'll keep Caraval just because I've read the back and it sounds intriguing, but I'm not like... This is one that I will keep until the end of the year, and if I've not read it by the end of the year, then I'm probably not going to read it. Okay, yeah, no, I'm getting rid of This Spells Love and Primetime Romance. This Spells Love, I didn't even actually enjoy it that much when I read it. I think I gave it like a 3.5 or a 3.75, and I think I just bought the physical copy because I read the arc of it, and it was like one of the first arcs I ever got, and I was like, oh my god, I need the physical. I don't need the physical. And then Primetime Romance, I bought it and then it's just been sat on my shelf for, I think, maybe 2 years at this point. When did this book even come out? Okay, yeah, I think this came out in 2024. It's now 2026, and I think I got this when it came out and I never read it. So, another one bites the dust. Why did I do that? Okay, I think that is it. I think those are all the ones that I'm gonna unhaul because the rest of the ones that I have on my shelves are ones that I've read and loved and don't want to get rid of, or are ones that are relatively new and I still want to read, or ones that I have every intention of reading and I really do want to read them. Actually, wait, no. I think there's one more. Yeah. Beneath the Wildflower by Rosalind K. Jackson. I bought this last year and now, like, I spent a lot of money on this. This book is a brick, but I don't want to read it. Same with all the other books that I've get rid of this in this video. Yeah, no, it has to go. But you know, I think that is everything. Yeah, that is every book that I am getting rid of off of my physical TBR. Let's count how many that was. That was 32 books. Now, some of them were ones I have already read that I just didn't really want anymore. But yeah, I've just gotten rid of 32 books off of my shelves. Damn. Wasn't expecting that, but you know, oh well. Now I just need to, you know, fill the gaps that I've left, because my shelves aren't looking very pretty anymore because there's a lot of empty space. So let's do a little time lapse of me trying to fix this mess. Okay, it's not the cutest thing in the world, but I'm not fully doing it properly because I am planning on getting myself a new bookshelf in a couple of months, but I've organised it the best that I can for right now. So I'm going to take my camera off of my tripod and give you guys a bit of a close-up of what I've done just to make it look less of a mess. Okay, so this shelf up here has not changed because I haven't touched anything off that shelf. Nothing will ever leave this shelf because these are my babies. But on the shelf below, this is where I had my Hunger Games books. Obviously, I still got my Fourth Wing books here, and then I've got my Lightlark series. I had nothing to add to this shelf, so I just added these little decor pieces here in this little gap just to fill the space. Then this shelf below is my hardback fantasies, and then my TBR basket, which has my current February TBR in it. Then on the shelf below, I added my dark romances here at the end. Then I have a couple of fantasies in the middle, and then I have my natural series books at the end there. And then the bottom shelf down there didn't really change because it didn't really have much taken off it. This shelf has changed a lot because I took all of my Penelope Douglases off of here and moved them to here. So this one only has 2 shelves with his books on now. The other 3 shelves are completely empty. On this one, I added my Lily Golds, my The Love of My Afterlife by Kirsty Greenwood, and also Power Shift by Hannah Cowan onto this shelf, just so, either Cowan or Cohen, just so I could fill the gap that was left from me taking off the Boys of Alec series. On this shelf, I finally moved up the other 2 in the Wells Ranch series, so they are with Alive and Wells, and I put the Reno and 1% of You here at the end because these are 2 of my favourites and I wanted them up higher. Then on the shelf below, I moved down some of my Stephanie Archers and added the Game Changer series by Rachel Reed just because I love this series so much. And I also moved my Catherine Center books down just so I could make sure I had enough room on that shelf. And then this shelf, that's where I have moved my Stephanie Archer and also my Peyton Corrin books. The reason there's a gap there is because my mum is currently reading Yours Truly. And then the very last shelf down there is just all the books that I don't really have a space for that I've just been shoved down there and added. The reason that that one is on an angle is because otherwise the books were going to fall over. But yeah, no, I've organised all of my books. I didn't do anything to this shelf because this shelf is fine to just stay the same. I just need to move my Winnie the Pooh and Tigger, which aren't really appropriate on that shelf considering that shelf has thriller, horror and fantasy, but you know what, I think they look cute, so whatever. So even though it's not the most aesthetically pleasing, I think my shelves look okay for now until I get my new bookshelves, which I won't be getting for a good few months at this point. You know, now I have to go onto my TBR spreadsheet and get rid of, I think it was 32 books. Okay, this is going to be fun. And then the rest of these all need to go onto Vinted because I'm trying to try and sell all of them. I think I'm just going to leave them all up for a week, and if they don't sell after a week, then they're going to the charity shop. But that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment and subscribe and hit that little notification bell below so you know when I upload. I upload every Wednesday at 5 PM with a video like this, and every Saturday at 4 PM with a reading vlog. But that is it for today. I will catch you guys next time.